Hey guys, Ellie here from Next Chapter Homestead. I hope you can hear me over the wind. The wind is a little crazy today, but we're gonna go with it anyhow. So my plan today is to attack the vegetable patch and harvest as much as I possibly can and remove everything that is now finished for the winter season at least, so that I have a better idea of the space that I'm working with, and then I know how many seeds I can and want to plant for my next succession of seeds. So I'm probably just gonna turn the camera around, let you just hyperlapse this because of the wind, and enjoy watching me work. Hey guys, so in the end, this was the hyperlapse as promised, and I never ended up going out again. But I did the following morning, and I picked the camera up with the intention of giving you a garden tour. Good morning everybody, Ali here from Next Chapter Homestead, and I thought I would just give you an update on the garden. So far, I went around yesterday, and we removed all the broad beans as well as the 2 broccolis that were here. They started to go to flower, so we harvested and ate those, which leaves us with a bit of space, and the plan is to plant down the center here some black beans, and then to accompany those black beans I'm just going to sprinkle a bit of basil seed and just chaos garden this section and see what happens. As for this front piece, I'm going to leave it pretty much as it is. This is a dahlia, and as far as I can remember, it's a red and yellow one. Those are marigolds, so they'll be pretty. The carrots will fill out soon, and so will the beetroot. And then over here we have a Market More cucumber that we got from Linda's seeds, and that's hopefully going to grow up this bamboo stake away from the fence far enough that the chickens can't eat the stem because they love the cucumber, and then that's going to grow up hopefully until it touches the fence, and then it can go wherever it needs to go. And then on this side of the garden, oh, it's a little bit embarrassing, but it is actually how the garden looks. On this side of this trellis, all the sweet peas have essentially died, so it's now just a little bit crunchy, for a lack of a better description. Here I have the 2 cabbages that are going to go to the girls, and some little onions that have come up. So not the best onion year, but not the worst onion year for us. At least we got onions this year. Yeah, so you win some, you learn some. It is what it is. And if we just pan over here, we have got a chili or a pepper that we planted together that I got from my mom. I have no idea what kind of pepper it is. Then she did give me a tomarillo. Unfortunately, it didn't make it. And we have a few more onions that I'm going to let go a little longer. I cut down my celery. And yeah, I'll show you the rest shortly. Right, so this is the view from above. Over here we have our pepper from my mom, a long purple eggplant or a black beauty. I think this is the black beauty. The long purple is here. 2 kohlrabi still growing, so we're leaving them. Parsley, echinacea, marigold, leeks, and cucumbers. Then we've got 6 jalapeno plants. Okay, So I've just taken my first step forward, and as you can see, we've also got a bit of mint over here. And in the pots along the edges, we've got calendula, parsley, thyme and pansies, parsley, pansies, green beans, chamomile, a cherry bomb pepper, petunia. And our lovely archway that Duncan built me. Right, so back to the garden. We have radishes growing over here, Swiss chard, kale, another Swiss chard, and in the front over here we've got onions. Those will be coming out. We have got 2 kales and I think it's 3 chards, but they are struggling, so we're going to have to make a plan, and we do still have some things to go into the garden. Now you're essentially looking at the other side of the sweet peas, and as you can see, they do have flowers, and it really is very pretty, but it's also very, very messy at the moment, and all it's doing is creating a habitat for other pests to grow. So I feel like I may have to sacrifice my sweet peas for the greater good of my garden. Along the fence over here, we've got purple king beans, or king purples. They've never really done very well for us. I'm actually going to remove them completely. Then I've got a row of beetroots and some carrots. Those will stay where they are, and a row of kohlrabi. I'm not sure. I may leave it for a little bit longer just to see if they do bounce back now that the turnips are out, but there's a good chance that I'll be culling all this kohlrabi as well. Then along the back wall there I have 2 tomatoes. Those are money makers, and 2 basil plants interplanted there, as well as a gooseberry in this pot at the back. In this hanging basket over here I have got some nasturtiums, and in the 2 hanging baskets over this side, I have got strawberries growing in those. Lastly, let's take a look at our squash. Over here we have our zucchini, which is looking good. We harvested 3 zucchini off of here yesterday, and we've already got a few more on the way, which is pretty cool. Then next to that we have the tromboncino-esque plant. I can't say its name, but as you can see, it is growing beautifully. It even has some fruit. Here's the flower. So once this opens, it'll then pollinate your squash here in the, I think it's the ovary section, and then your squash itself will then start to develop. And as you can see, if this is the baby, how big the actual squash itself could potentially get. Now the cool thing about this plant is that it's growing like crazy. So I've just balanced it casually on these bamboo stakes for now, until this weekend when I can get around to actually making a plan to string them. Then down here is the acorn squash, which has blown my mind. Let's see if I can show you. There it is there. Our first acorn squash. Looking pretty good. And loads of potential as well. Hey guys, so I wasn't sure how to show you this, but I wanted to show you nonetheless. This is the tromboncino type squash, and if I straighten it out, it's way taller than what I am, which is insane, and it's growing in a container. Hey guys, thanks for hanging out with me today as we went on a little bit of a tour around the garden. I hope you enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed myself, showing you what we have to offer in this little garden, and hopefully inspiring you to grow in your own tiny spaces. Thank you for hanging out with me. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye.